Salt on my lips from the air we used to share. Footprints in the sand, a map of everywhere. You pointed to the horizon, said beyond that line. I built a lighthouse in my chest, but you never shined. Coconut scent on the breeze, a calendar of June. Your name a tide pool, reflecting only the moon. I wore your favorite shirt, the one with the tear on the left sleeve, where I pretend you're near. I'm a beach at low tide, exposed and bare, collecting shells of moments too fragile to wear. Your silence is a current pulling me out to sea. I'm swimming in memories, but you're not rescuing me. Oh, this boundless blue, it swallows my name. A love without borders, but you play the game of looking right through me like I'm transparent glass. My endless ocean, your shallow hourglass, and I drown in your absence just to feel you near. In this boundless blue, my love disappears. The tiki bar is empty, the lanterns burn low. I order your drink with the lime and a slow smile that never reaches the eyes that wait for a signal to ship, a change in your fate. Sand in my shoes from walking the shore alone. Your shadow's a ghost in the twilight zone. I trace the constellations you taught me to see, but the stars spell a word and that word isn't me. Maybe love is a language only some can speak, a dialect, a touch for the tender and weak. I practiced your phrases in the mirror each night, but my accent was hoping you couldn't recite. So I let the waves take the words, let the grammar dissolve in the grammarless ache where the lonely revolve. And I'm just a message in a bottle you threw back into the water when the sky was still blue. Boundless blue, horizons a promise you never intended to keep, just a beautiful lie that I learned to sleep with. Salt on your lips from a kiss you didn't wipe away. Bare feet on sand, writing our names where the water will erase. The sun was a lazy gold coin, sinking slow. We talked in whispers, the kind only the tide would know. You said my laugh sounded like a wave catching light. I said your eyes held the calm before the night. We built a castle with a motive, borrowed time, and let the moon decide when it was time to climb. And the wind, it carried our secrets to the sea, said we were braver than we'd ever be. When the stars came out to judge our little flame, we just places where the light wouldn't stray. Oh, you're my gravity in this floating world. The steady pull when the tide is unfurled. We are the quiet between the oceans roar, a perfect breath on this endless shore where the tide finds us. Where the tide finds us, it always finds us here. What if this is all just borrowed time, a beautiful accident, a well-lit lie? What if the tide, so faithful now, one day forgets the shape of our vow? But your hand in mine is a compass true, pointing nowhere else but back to you. So let the world in its worries spin, we'll be here, let the new day begin. The salt, the sand, the forever we pretend, a love letter the ocean will never send. Where the tide finds us again. Sandal straps are biting into skin, I almost forgot. The salt is clinging to my lips from kisses that were not. On any map I've carried in my pocket, tightly wound. Now the only compass is the bass drum's steady pound. Concrete still holds the heat of day, a slow release, while shadows stretch like lazy cats inviting me to peace. I kicked off sandals in the grass, let sand accumulate. Between my toes a gritty truth I'm finally willing to taste. The horizon's bleeding orange, wound that won't close, but the rhythm stitching through my ribs, a thread that only grows stronger. Wicked shaker, shake each conga's heartbeat, skip pulling me out of my own head into this script where every stranger is a friend I haven't met yet, and every breath is synchronized with the cigarette of the sunset, burning bright, a temporary art. I'm trading all my broken parts for this single pounding heart. Deep tropics calling on my neck, feel the heat, feel the beat. No more playing games, bass is shaking like a wave, breaking on the shore. I'm dancing till the morning light, I'm asking for no more. Deep tropics in my soul, in my veins, tropical deep house, washing all my pain. There's a girl with hair like tangled kelp, a laugh like sea spray. She's grinding to the sub bass like it's the only way to translate all the silence she's been carrying inside into something loud and beautiful, something she can't hide. And for a moment when I do it, just a single pulse, two bodies caught in the same current, taking the same convulsive rhythm, a release of letting go of all the masks we wear on land where everyone is giving tax. But here we're just vibrations in the humid heavy air, two notes within the chord that's vibrating everywhere. And then the music drops to nothing but a breath, a single synth line trembling on the edge of death. And in that quiet I can hear my own thoughts scream all the things I've buried in the daylight's You trace the rim of your glass, slow motion, silver in the low light. Talking about the book you're reading, something about a distant coastline. I'm counting the cracks in the concrete, the way the salt air rests the benches. Every word you say is a wave that pulls back, leaving me thirsty on the sand. We're sitting on this old seawall, with the tide for guests to rise, and your laugh is the only thing that feels like sunrise. But I know the map of your hand better than my own reflection, and I memorize the silence between your hello and goodnight. Yeah, I'm the keeper of the secrets you whisper to the ceiling fan, while the city glows outside, a million lights and none of them are mine. So let it wash over this tropical deep house beat. Let it carry the things I can't say, the rhythm underneath. I'm just a sunset in your friend zone, pretty to see but never to hold, a color you notice, then you turn from the cold. Yeah, I'm the calm before your storm, the quiet you keep in your chest, dancing on the edge of your smile, but I never get to the rest. Oh, I'm just a sunset in your friend zone, burning alone. Remember that night, the power went out, we talked by the flicker of a candle. You said the dark made everything feel closer, but you didn't mean my shoulder. I mapped the constellations in your eyes, Orion in all its glory, but I'm just a satellite stuck in a temporary orbit in your story. You tell me about your dreams in a voice like crushed velvet and sea foam, and I'm drowning in the shallow and trying to build a lifeboat from your tone. Cause I know the weight of your silence is heavier than any confession, and I wanna goose in the floor from pacing, guessing what you meant. Yeah, I'm the echo in your empty room when the party's finally over, just a familiar ghost in your hallway getting older. So let it wash over this tropical deep house beat. Let it carry the things I can't say, the rhythm underneath. I'm just a sunset in your friend zone, pretty to see but never do hold, a color you notice, then you turn from the cold. Yeah, I'm the calm before your storm, quiet you keep in your chest, dancing on the edge of your smile, but I never get to the rest. Oh, I'm just a sunset in your friend zone, burning alone. Maybe in another timeline, we're dancing the wreckage of a slow song, and your hand fits mine like it was always meant to belong. But here the bass is thumping like a second heart, and I'm holding my breath, watching you lean into someone else's laugh, a beautiful death. And the DJ blends the track, seamless and smooth, like nothing is wrong, while I'm disintegrating in the glow of the lights, where I've been all alone, just a sunset in your friend zone, burning alone. Salt on my lips from a sea I haven't crossed yet, horizon bleeding orange, a promise I can't forget. Barefoot on the pier, the planks still hold my weight, a map drawn in the sand, the tide is gone away. Wind carries a sentence I was too scared to speak, echoing off the cliffs, making the future weak. And the stars are just old news, we write our own constellations, me and you, trading quiet fears for a doubts in boxes, labeled them with care. But the static on the radio was singing my prayers. On my reflection in the window, halfway gone. Knew the road was just a string I could pull along, and the ghosts of maybe not fade into the blue. We trade our quiet whispers for a louder truth. From whisper to wildfire, I'm burning alive. From a seed in the concrete to a forest of fire. From a flicker in the blackout to a lighthouse beam. This is the rhythm of a waking dream. Yeah, the dream is waking up in me. I used to think the sky was just a ceiling. Now I breathe it in, the air is revealing. Every someday is a right now in disguise, wearing my own sunrise. From whisper to wildfire, I'm burning alive. From sea to forest, we can dream. Yeah, the dream is waking up. A whisper of breeze, a heartbeat slow. Your sandals kicked off on the warm sand. A half smile, a glance that I understand. The salt on your lips from the margarita. Your hair a dark cascade, a wild pair. The DJ's beat thumps like a slow tide. I'm tracing the map of your jawline. With my eyes you talk about islands and old sailors' tales, while my hands shake like wind-tossed sails. And the moon pulls the sea in its orbit. I'm caught in the gravity of your orbit. One touch and I'm shattered a million pieces. A mosaic of yes and maybes. A million flavors on my tongue, but none like this sunrise with you. A million songs in my ears, but this beat is only you. You're the salt and the sweet, the calm and the blue. A million feelings, but none feels true. As the sunrise on a new feeling, we dance on the edge where the foam meets the sky. Your voice a melody, low and shy. You point out the Pleiades, a smudge of light. I'm lost in the galaxy of your sight. You laugh at my jokes, you finish my sentences. I'm mapping the continents of your presence. The bassline drums through the wooden floor. I wanna stay here, I wanna want more. You say love is a foreign language, but I'm learning each syllable, each pause, each inflection, every word a miracle. I'm counting the seconds like they're precious stones, afraid if I blink I'll be alone. But your hand in mine is a steady anchor in this swirling, sparkling, emotional tanker. Sunrise on a new feeling. coffee in hand, steam curling like a question mark above the cup. You laughed at something your phone said, and the world tilted on its axis just enough. Your hands were calloused from fixing things, but they held the mug like it was glass. I memorized the way your sleeves were rolled, the ink stain on your wrist from some forgotten past. And then my heart became a slow motion avalanche, a secret garden blooming in my ribs. I didn't plan to fall, but gravity's a liar when you're standing too close to the edge. You are the quiet in my chaos, the yes and my maybe, the tide that pulls me under, the breath I didn't know I'd take. I'm drowning in the shadows of your smile, and I've never felt so awake. I'm wrapping constellations on your skin, each freckle is a star I want to name. You are the tide and I am the shore, forever changed by your gentle claim. We talked for hours in the dim lit kitchen, your voice a low hum against the fridge's drum. You told me about your father's watch and how you've always felt alone. I reached across the table, touched your hand, a spark not electric, but something older, like roots finding water in the dark. A story my bones already told. And what if I'm not enough? What if I break? What if this is just another dream I'll wait? But then you turn and your eyes hold galaxies, and I know I'm not afraid. So let the tide roll in, let the garden grow wild. I'm yours in the silence, I'm yours in the sound. You are the quiet in my chaos, the yes and my maybe, and I'm never turning back around. I'm yours, I'm yours. Sunsets on the balcony, salt on our skin. We talk in quiet sentences, let the silence begin. Your laughter sounds like a wave that found the shore, a simple steady rhythm I was waiting for. We traced the cracks in the ceiling, mapping out our stars, finding constellations in the quiet of our scars. And I don't need a grand horizon, don't need a silver moon, just the way you hum off key in the afternoon, and how your hand finds mine beneath the table, slow and sure, a language older than the urge to be secure. You're my constant tide, my safe and shallow dive. The only promise that my restless heart survived. In your eyes I see a future, soft and deep and true. You're the calm I always carried, now I carry it with you. Yeah, you're the calm I always carried, now I carry it with you. We dance in the kitchen, no music but the hum of the fridge. Your head on my shoulder, a perfect fragile bridge. I memorize the pattern of your breath against my neck, the way you say my name like a secret you protect. We're not a storybook page, not a film soft glow, just two souls learning how to let the old walls go. And I don't need a perfect skyline, don't need a diamond ring, just the everyday magic that your presence brings. The unspoken understanding in a tired morning gaze, a steady gentle fire that outshines all my blaze. You're my constant tide, my safe and shallow dive. The only promise that my restless heart survived. In your eyes I see a future, soft and deep and true. You're the calm I always carry, now I carry it with you. Yeah, you're the calm I always carry, now I carry it with you. And if the world should tremble, if the colors start to fade, I'll be right here in the quiet that we've made. A sanctuary built from ordinary beautiful days. A love that doesn't shout, just stays.